Okay guys, so last week I actually participated in a private VBUCK tournament hosted by Toby Shinobi. If you guys haven't checked him out, he makes pretty good zero build content, so make sure to check him out. So I stumbled upon his post. Turns out they were having a VBUCKS Cup. First place gets 13,500 V-Bucks, second place gets 5,000 V-Bucks, third place gets 2,800 V-Bucks, and then 4th through 10th get 1,000 V-Bucks. So as long as you're in the top 10, you get some sort of V-Bucks. So I said, why not? Unfortunately, I got 11th place. But let me tell you how this happened. I was gifted a membership to this channel and I was like, hell yeah, I'll participate in some V-Bucks. I didn't really know what to expect because I've never really played this type of tournament before. I've always wanted to try those mix-up Mondays, those victory cups, console cups, and all that. Just always have bad luck with timing, so I never got a chance to actually try it. I was determined to at least get 10th place and win 1,000 V-Bucks. Unfortunately, I didn't tackle this tournament as smart as I should have. I didn't know what to expect. I just went in playing like I normally play, but I wasn't as careful. Like, I wasn't treating it like an actual tournament. So I made a lot of mistakes. Looking back at the footage, I can actually clearly see where I went wrong. So I'm actually going to share that with you guys today. Hopefully you guys can learn from these mistakes and maybe get an idea of what it's like to play in a private tournament sort of thing. There was about like 90 people playing this thing, like 80 to 90 roughly. So it was almost a full lobby, and I'd say every single person is competent at this game, either really good at this game or they're proactively trying to get better at the game. So you're playing with pretty skilled players here. Overall, I had fun and I would definitely do this again. And now that I've got a taste of what it's like to play these things, I feel like I'm gonna approach it way smarter next time. Even though I wasn't planning to actually make a video out of this tournament, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this footage so we can all learn together on where I went wrong. Maybe you can take some of these tips if you ever join a private tournament. First thing to note, if you ever do join a private game or private tournament like this, just know that your gold resets to 0, meaning no one in this lobby will have gold. Everyone starts off with 0 gold. I know a lot of people like to land in certain bots to hire them or maybe purchase certain weapons right off the get-go. Those plans are scrapped considering you have 0 gold when you land, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so for game number 1, I hear this guy approaching the car, so I start to take some shots. As I'm shooting him, I hear another car in the distance approaching, so I know there's 2 players here, so I gotta reposition myself and get ready for this fight. Now maybe it's my connection or maybe it was just the private game that I was in here, but there was some lag that I was dealing with, so I just had to kind of play around with it. That fight was a little bit awkward there, but I actually got the kill with my sub, so GG's to that guy. I immediately used my shocks to rotate out of there because I know I have 2 big pots and I got to replenish my shield quickly. After I get my shield and my health back up, I make sure I have dashes and I take the launch pad. Now I decide to rotate to Pleasant, but as I'm gliding over here, I notice that the island actually spawns, and you'll see that as soon as I notice it, I immediately start heading towards the island. When I play ranked, I'll typically go and capture the island as long as I'm in a good position towards it. But here's where I made a really dumb mistake. So that rift tells me he's gliding down, and I challenge this guy, and this was a dumb mistake. Look at what I did. Okay, so that was a dumb mistake on my part. One, I should have never rushed that. He had high ground.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
But I kind of miscalculated that, and I'm going to kind of break down why I did what I did. So obviously I had a sub. I should not do that unless I have a shotgun, because otherwise something like that is going to happen. But when he got down, notice how I had fizz? I thought that dash was going to actually make it so that I land evenly with him. But my dash wasn't enough, so I ended up coming up short. And then I started shooting my gun, but I was also trying to jump up to the top at the same time, if that makes sense. And that kind of tripped me up. And obviously he had a shotgun, which is way easier to just shoot down on me while I'm just sitting there trying to spray with a submachine gun. So that was just the wrong gun and the wrong choice to rush this guy, and miscalculation of me thinking that that dash was going to take me to the top, and I fell short. So that was on me. Game number 1 did not go well. I only got 1 kill and I got 29th place. Already not a good start. There's only 3 matches in this tournament. and the first one I already messed up. Now this is game number 2, and the mistake that I made here is I landed in this place next to Grand Glacier that I've never landed before this season, which is a big mistake on my part. You should always land in familiar places during tournaments. Never land somewhere new, because you're just kind of leaving it up to chance. Like, I don't know where the chests are here as well as other places, or what the best route is from here, because I don't really land here. So that kind of set up my second game to start off a little bit clunky. So that's mistake number 1 that I definitely don't recommend you doing. Now I started one of these, I don't know what they're called. They're like little quests that you can start. You know, you can buy cars, you can start a bounty, and then you can also start this little quest where you go treasure hunting. Pretty much a location is marked on the map, like similar to bounties, like a yellow circle, and you just go in that general area and then you just dig up platinum chests. So I ended up doing that, and I found a purple gatekeeper, which was really good. Now I start to rush the satellite because I know someone's trying to take it over and I want to third party this, so I catch this player off guard. Okay, I'm reloading my shotgun, and then I notice another player approaching me here, so I shock. That shock sends me forward, and it sends the player down the mountain, so that was perfect. It pushed him away, and it pushed me away. So on my way back, this other guy's driving by, so I take some shots, hit him for 50. I start chasing this, but unfortunately I have no movement. He sets up a bunker, so I'm gonna play the left side. As I'm approaching the left side, he actually shocks out of here. And again, I have no movement, so I decide not to chase this player, but I do hear shooting behind me, so I decide to make my way back. On my way back, I see this player here get out of the car, take a couple shots, so I hurry up and use the slide to get there as quickly as possible, and then I'm ready for a shotgun fight. Okay, that almost went bad, because if you notice, I missed my first shot, but the next 2 shots connected. Luckily, I had a drum mag on this shotgun. Alright, so this is how I lose game number 2. I explode his car, hit him for 50, and he sets up a bunker. Now, he starts shooting me over here. I don't have movement, I don't have shield. He starts throwing EMPs, so I make my way forward, and I use my 1 bubble junior here. Now, I'm covered here, but I can't go left because the water's there, and I feel like he's just gonna beam me. So I decide to go forward, and obviously he breaks my shield here, and I think he's using shotgun. Yep, he's using the frenzy. So that was just dumb on my part. I left in my bubble. He clearly got a good shot on me, broke my shield. All he had to do was come down and spam that shotgun. So GG's, but again, another dumb mistake. I just wasn't really thinking, you know, placement, points, and all that, like playing smart. For some reason, I just was off my A game for this tournament. But game number 3, placement was way better. So I land Grim Gate because I just said, screw it, it's the last game. I'm just gonna do what I do. I land here, get that 1 kill. Unfortunately, another player came and took the medallion. At this point, I'm just aiming for placement points, so I'm trying to rotate smart. I'm rotating on the edge of the storm. I'm using my movement, and I'm trying to just run from cover to cover, making sure I've got stamina, making sure I can shock out of there, making sure I've got bunkers in case I'm caught out in the open. My weapons aren't the greatest, but at least as far as cover and movement goes, I'm pretty good. So I'm rotating in, and we're quickly approaching top 10. Now this was an interesting part of the match here. So I shock up, and I set up bunker here because I knew for sure there was a guy in that bush. He immediately takes off, shoot his tire, and he just keeps going. Now, throughout this whole tournament, I'm pretty sure the person who won is Xeraxis, who is an insane player, by the way. He was just going crazy during this tournament. I'm pretty sure he got first place, but I actually run into him right here. So I pick up this sniper, and he actually, there he is. I hit him for 76, 100 and something, but then somebody else finishes it. So I think that's Thanos over there, who's also a good player. I think he got top 3 in this tournament. See right here, so I'm fighting Thanos here. He hits me right there. I got some flow berries. Then watch this, runs down, hit Thanos for 121, but I've got great movement, so I'm using the flow and the ability to jump to try to get a shot on him. But here's where I messed up. I got inside this bunker, and I just got stuck. I tried to go left, like out the door, but I got stuck, and then I went right, and then I just couldn't move. It's hard to explain, but I feel like I got stuck in that little doorway, whatever you want to call it. So I feel like I should have went around the bunker towards the back instead, because being inside just kind of messes up my movement. I feel like I could have played that way better, just dying to dumb mistakes like that. Again, I just wasn't on top of my A game, but maybe you guys can learn from this. I definitely learned a lot, so I definitely feel like I'm gonna play a little bit better next time I play these type of tournaments, private tournament or whatever cup I'm trying to play. But that was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I got 11th place out of this entire tournament. The people in 9th and 10th got 33 points, I believe, and I scored 32. So literally by 1 point, I was I was 1 point away from being tied for the 10th place or whatever. So could have gotten V-Bucks, but instead I got 11th. Oh well. It was fun anyways, worth a try, but hope you guys can learn from this. Make sure to hit like and subscribe for more content. I'll catch you guys later.